Welcome to Take a Break, Take a Breath for Friday, January 8th. I'm Rick Boyer, the pastor of Prospect Presbyterian Church, and Take a Break, Take a Breath is an invitation for you to pause in your day, to be calm for a little while, to put aside all of the things that are pressing in on you, and to focus your attention on God who made you and loves you and calls you by name, to center yourself in the peace and presence of God. Each time we come together, I have lifted up a different psalm, and we've been reading in order, and so we are up to Psalm 121. Psalm 121 is one of the psalms or songs of ascent, meaning that they were often sung, or it's proposed they were often sung as they walked up the hill to Jerusalem on a long pilgrimage, or that the structure of the psalm sometimes has a stair or a step kind of structure where a word is used in one phrase and then picked up and used in the next, and then a new word is used and picked up in next, so you made your way up the stairs. This particular one is one of the most often memorized psalms in the whole book of Psalms. Besides Psalm 23, it's probably number 2, and it was particularly popular as I knew it when I was in the mountains of southwestern Pennsylvania. It was a text that was often quoted, and I remember the senior pastor of a parish where I work saying to folks in worship services and at memorial services, "I lift up my eyes to the hills, from whence does my help come?" He says, "Hear it, my help does not come from the hills. My help comes from the Lord who made heaven and earth." And so those are the two verses I want to focus on today. I lift up my eyes to the hills. From where does my help come? My help comes from the Lord who made heaven and earth. It's repeated over and over as we build to the end of this psalm. The Lord keeps you, the Lord keeps you, the Lord, and an emphatic expression of the Lord as we are reminded that God keeps all of our life, every bit of it. So I invite you to go to a place that is quiet and calm in your house, to close the door if that room has a door, and settle into a chair and get comfortable and start to relax as you settle into that chair. Maybe ease yourself and feel the strength and support of the back of that chair, and feel the arms of the chair under your arms and the support on the back of your legs, and just begin to let go of all the tensions that are in your body, all those tensions that you carry around with you. Close your eyes and take some deep breaths. And as you breathe in the breath of God. And as you breathe out all that separates you from God. As you breathe in the breath of life. And as you breathe out all that separates you from life, all that does not give you life. As you breathe in God's peace and presence and love. And as you breathe out all of your fears and anxieties and worries. Continue to breathe nice and deep. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And allow that peace to fill you. Allow the Spirit of God's presence to surround you. Perhaps imagine it, like the warm water of a shower. As it washes down over your head, and as it washes down over your head, this peace and presence of God, your mind calms and slows, and all the things that have been rushing around and all the tasks that need to be done are set down for a little while. And as it washes down over your face, let it bring relaxation to the muscles in your brow and cheeks and your jaw. Perhaps even a smile can come to your face. As it washes down over your neck, let it bring relaxation to all of the tensions and the knots that are in your neck. If they have been twisted so tight that you have a tension headache, let them be untied and untwisted and relaxed, and let the pain ease. As it washes down over your shoulders, let the muscles in your shoulders relax and be at ease. As it washes down your arms to your hands and the tips of your fingers, let it relax the muscles in your arms and your hands, and open up your hands. Maybe turn them palms up to receive God's grace and presence and love. As it washes down your back, let it bring relaxation to all those muscles in the back, all of the things that we carry around in our back that cause us to stoop over and feel back pain. Let the muscles be at ease and relaxed. As it washes down over your chest, be aware of the depth of your breathing and let it be nice and deep and slow and calm. Be aware of the pace of your heart. Let your heart rate come down to a resting pace. As the water washes down and the peace and presence of God wash down over your thighs and your calves and your feet, let your legs relax and be calm. And know that you are immersed and washed and covered in the presence of God who made you, in the presence of the Spirit who breathes life into you, in the presence of Jesus the Christ who loves you. And then in your mind's eye, put yourself in a place where you can look out over the mountains. Between you and the other side of the mountain range where you are looking is a place that you long to go. A place that is special or holy in your mind. You're ready to go. And you say to yourself, I lift up my eyes to the hills. From where does my help come? My help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. Notice the sunlight and the shadows in the mountain range before you. Notice the colors on the mountains. Is it a green time of year or is it a cold time of year? Have the leaves fallen or are there evergreens on the mountains? Can you see the paths that make their way through the mountains in front of you? It all speaks to you. You see in the colors and in the sunlight and in the ups and downs of the mountains, all of life. And And in one of the paths, you see a path that represents the path of your life. And you are aware of God's presence with you, that God has been with you from the beginning and to the very end. You're sitting thinking about all of that when you become especially aware of God's presence and look up, and there God is. What is how does God look to you? How does God come to you in this moment? You're able to communicate. And so in the moments of quiet that I'm about to give you, the two of you talk back and forth. You tell God what it is you want God to know about you and your life, and God responds. Listen for God's response. Then the time comes for the conversation to end. And so the two of you say goodbye in whatever way is appropriate. And you allow that image to fade away. And you bring yourself back to the room where you are. And when you are ready, open your eyes. Well, that's Take a Break, Take a Breath for Friday, January 8th. If you want to talk or pray with me, or you have feedback for me, send it to rick@prospectchurch.org.